Joining us now is one representative, Jerry Nadler. He is one congressman proposing such an idea. He calls it the Say No to Drugs Act. Thank you so much for being with us, sir. And what exactly would the bill that you have proposed, the Say No to Drugs Act, do?
Well, it's the Say No to Drugs Ad Act. And what it would do is simply say that direct drug ads targeted at consumers would not be deductible as a business expense to the companies. They could still do it. We're not inhibiting their free speech in any way, but the taxpayers wouldn't subsidize the cost of those ads.
And so you'd still let them advertise. And why is that? Is that because they have a First Amendment right, as they say, to free speech?
They may have a First Amendment right. I haven't really researched that. I'm not sure, because most countries ban it. It was banned in the United States till about 15 years ago. But be that as it may, all we're talking about is saying don't subsidize it with taxpayers' dollars. I suspect that some of them might continue to do it because it's so profitable. But the real reason for this, aside from saving billions of dollars from the taxpayers, the real reason for this is that I think it's socially harmful for these drugs to be marketed direct to consumers. Now, drugs are marketed to physicians, but physicians have the competence to decide what to prescribe. And frankly, you shouldn't go to a doctor and say, I have restless leg syndrome, because some pitchman on TV who doesn't know you from a hole in the wall diagnosed your condition. This is idiotic medicine, and it's just designed to get you to demand a name drug when a generic might be better. In a given case, it might not be better, but that's up to the doctor to decide.
Okay, so what specifically would change under your legislation then?
What would change under my bill is that the cost of these direct-to-consumer drug ads would not be deductible as a business expense to the drug company, and they would have to pay taxes on it.
Now, let me just ask you this. I was surprised when I found out that they place an ad and that cost to them is tax deductible. Is it tax deductible for any company that advertises? I mean, are they being treated like everyone else?
Yes, it's tax deductible as a normal business expense. If you have a company and you sell cars and you want to advertise the car so people will buy it, that's a legitimate business expense. The point of this drug is that it is not a legitimate business expense to market drugs. The point of this bill is that it is not a legitimate business expense to market drugs directly to consumers. Bear in mind, these companies spend a lot more money marketing the drugs to physicians and pharmacists, and that's legitimate, and we wouldn't touch the tax deductibility of the cost of that advertising.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Representative Nadler. We appreciate your taking the time explaining this bill, as we said, the Say No to Drugs Ad Act.